This is Cascadia Coast News. Welcome to my news channel. Like and subscribe if you want. Okay, anyways, I'm revising this video that I first did. It's a warning to the gun owners of the world. Now, this is what happened in the UN, and listen very carefully, Americans, brothers and sisters, my fellow Americans, please listen. If y'all allow them to infringe on our rights any longer, this is exactly where we're headed. So just listen.
Hey, we've had enough. Our way of life is threatened.
And things these days are getting so out of hand because the governments are telling us what we can.
Sorry about the poor quality on this video.
To choose our own rights.
I'm worried that I might not be able to go shooting with my dad.
Our livelihood, our way of life, employment, we're finished. It's as serious as that.
It's as serious as this is exactly what's going to be going on if y'all allow them to take our firearms.
This is what a disarmed country looks like. This is how little is left once free men and women surrendered their right to own a firearm. The silence was deafening, marching like a defeated people, thousands of shooters and sportsmen, grabbing at one last chance to resist, fighting for a freedom they had already lost.
Now, you hear that? A freedom that they have already lost. Now listen very carefully. If we allow them to infringe on our rights, the Constitution is not there for hunting. The Second Amendment is not there for hunting or sporting purposes. It's to defend against a tyrannical government. That's exactly what it is there for. Now, you know, this kind of stuff really gets under my skin because I am a God-fearing American. I love our Lord with all my heart, all my soul, and all my strength. And I also love all my brothers and sisters with all my soul and all my strength and all my heart. And I'll tell you, this stuff's giving me the creeps. Their laws and their precedences and their agendas is giving me the creeps. This reeks of exactly what happened when Stalin did what he did, and Hitler did what he did in Germany. It just same thing happened.
I'm not doing it for shooting. I'm doing it for freedom. I don't care if I never fire another shot, but I'm damned if I'm going to let my government make the decision for me.
My father once said to me that the day you hand your guns in, that means that the country's no good to live in anymore.
No one really thought that they would take your rabbit guns and your duck guns. That just couldn't happen. It was.
Now just listen. This dude saying, and this happened in the UK, that nobody thought that it was possible for them to take the guns. That's exactly what he just said. Listen, with all these firearm regulations, these gun control measures that these socialists in our government are implementing, they are taking our firearms away little by little. First of all, they did the Gun Control Act of, 1938? And then the other one in 1968, which barred all felons from owning guns. And then the Brady Bill, which I believe was in you can just look it up. I can't remember exactly what year it was. But there has been a lot of gun control measures introduced. And just like the assault weapons ban of 1994, which Clinton signed into law, which I might add, George Bush Sr. actually was the one who was on his way to getting that implemented before Clinton, but Clinton's just the one who signed it.
It was an impossibility.
We thought no one would ever do anything to us. We were wrong.
Too bloody late now. Once the guns are gone, you're not going to get them back.
Giving into government by giving up their firearms. Gun owners were shamed into silence while politicians and the anti-gun forces moved swiftly, turning two tragic shootings into legislative opportunities.
Does it sound like something going on here in America? We need more gun control because of all the shootings happening in our country. We cannot let this stand any longer. I bid you, please take our firearms. No, dude, that's not about our country. Okay? That's not what this country was founded off of. This country was not founded off of communism. It was founded off the laws of God, the laws of Yahweh. Now, I don't know if all y'all who are going to be watching my videos believe in God, Yahweh, but the Bible's fairly different than what the mainstream church is trying to portray it as. The story is a lot deeper than people might think.
It becomes quite clear that if you want a safer society with lower gun violence, then you've got to reduce your gun ownership.
In Great Britain, a total ban on handguns. Within a year, storage rooms at police departments were filled with firearms. No matter how valuable or how rare, they were turned in by law-abiding citizens to be destroyed.
The main thing that's been destroyed in the UK is democracy. We've had a vociferous minority hoodwink the media and the public into believing what they've done is right.
We've basically accepted that our government possibly have a point to make. And I think that we should have told them very clearly that they do not.
You see, listen to me. Oh my gosh. These socialists, these leftist garbage piece of craps in our... Yeah, I'm going to say it like that, because that's exactly what they are. They're garbage. They need to be thrown out with the trash. Exactly what I'm saying. These leftist socialist pieces of shit need to leave our government. And since they're United States citizens, since they're Americans, they can't be deported. But they can be hung for treason. And honestly, that's exactly what should be happening. That's my opinion. Not saying that, go out and hang everybody. No, I'm saying. I'm saying in my opinion, these people do not have our best interests at heart. They do not have the safety and security of the country at heart. If that was the case, then they wouldn't be allowing these illegals to be flooding our country from Mexico and from all these other foreign nations. I'm going to be touching on something else pretty soon. Trump just signed it was the UMSCA, the United Mexico and Canada Trade Agreement. It's something like that. I might have pronounced it wrong. But that is none other than the Northern American Union. It's the North American Union. Look that up. That's exactly what he just signed into law in our country. Now, I honestly think that that needs to be overturned right now. I don't think it should go no further, because if it does, our sovereignty is gone.
There's the old saying, if the good men stay silent, only the evil is heard. And the good men, we sat at home, all 60,000 of us, and we were silent. A very bad mistake.
In Australia, it took just 2 weeks for an outright ban on all semi-automatic firearms and pump-action shotguns to become law.
We're supposed to be in a democratic country here in Australia, but I'm starting to wonder about that now. How dare the government take away my gun? How dare they do that? Because I haven't done anything wrong.
On May the 9th, I was allowed to own
You don't
firearms.
have to do anything wrong for these asshats to take your guns.
I was a criminal if I didn't
They just have to sign it into law.
And what did I do?
Just because I happen to be a firearms owner, I happen to be some sort of potential murderer or some sort of monster. And that's just not the case.
And that's exactly what they're portraying gun owners in America as we speak.
That's the same feeling.
Gun owners forced to surrender their firearms to the saw blade, the scrap heap, and the blast furnace.
Strike the pen.
And for collectors like Len Martin, all he has left is memories. Photographs of what freedom once felt like. A cult collection worth thousands of dollars, gone forever.
My family fought for this country, for his rights, my rights, and they did it for nothing. Because what we've got now is, I believe we're heading for we're close to a dictatorship.
But it's more than just losing a firearm. It's losing a tradition and a cherished right, and that's a loss that can never be reclaimed.
That firearm was my father's. It was mine. It was going to be my son's, and they've taken it from me. And they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
And you know what? They shouldn't be allowed to take a right from somebody. If people allow them to start taking rights away from people, you know, they took felons' firearm rights and civil rights away. You know, and this is where the gray area is in that. Not all felons are violent. Not all felons have committed heinous crimes. Now listen, if a person has committed such a heinous crime like pedophilia, murder, armed robbery of any type, then I think that they should be locked up and thrown away the key. But those who committed such other offenses, I don't really think that they should have their rights taken away for the rest of their life. That's my opinion. I honestly think that they created that law just to segregate a certain part of the population for the further agenda, which is coming right around the corner, which is to take law-abiding citizens' guns away, which is exactly what they're trying to do.
The chief of firearms in South Australia said to me, "Oh, you'd be happy with the money you got for your guns, wouldn't you?" I looked at him and said, "You don't understand, do you? I don't want the money. I want my guns."
I lost a Ruger 44 carbine rifle, which I use for pig shooting, and I lost a Rimfire 22 semi-automatic, which is the first firearm my father ever gave me, and that really hurt.
A hurt that runs deep. Olympic shooters feel abandoned by their own government. Although they still compete beneath the flag of Great Britain, they've been forced to leave their homeland and practice in another country.
We purportedly live in a free country, but I can't live in my own country and do my own sport, which is an Olympic sport. I have to go to another country, somewhere else in the world, and do it. So it flies in the face of British justice. It's, I think it's appalling. I'm horrified at my own country.
But gunsmiths and gun shop owners haven't only been robbed of their sport and their rights, they've lost their livelihood altogether. One by one, they will have no choice but to close.
It's a sad way to end 100 years of tradition, because one of the true icons of the sporting goods industry has been ruined by a government decision to just take away our firearms.
They can just say, from tomorrow, you're only allowed to have one shotgun
They
per
just
person.
banned all semi-automatic firearms
no
in New Zealand.
shotguns per person. And that's a hell of a lot, so we have lost.
Not too long ago.
Silence which has led to submission, and even worse, division
exactly
within the
why
ranks.
they labeled,
Now,
so-called
gunners in
assault weapons,
Australia and Great
weapons.
Britain will be the first to admit
There's no
they
such
only
thing
have
as a
themselves
semi-automatic
to
assault
blame.
weapon. That's a
a very
term
sad
coined up by
indictment.
them.
And our biggest enemy has been ourselves and apathy.
We did not stand up with pride at all.
One of the biggest mistakes people can make is disunity. That will draw you down every time, and you can bet that the media and the politicians will try and exploit that lack of unity.
And that's just what happened.
And that's exactly what's happening here in America. What does the media do? They're a bunch of lying ass sons of bitches. Now, I'm sorry if you don't like my speech. But that's exactly what they are. And this channel is not made for children or anybody sensitive to such speech. And, I'm not a freaking a goody two-shoe Christian that thinks they're better than everybody else, you know, like a lot of other ones that I know, but I'm not going to judge, because I'm not the judge. But you know, we're not perfect by any means. We are human, and the only one who is perfect is God. But I'm not going to play the rest of this video because it's just, I think I got my point across on this. What I'm saying is, just please don't give up your firearms, because if you give up your firearms, you're never going to get them back. You'll never get them back by trying to go through the courts to get them back. Once they're gone, they're gone. They're never coming back. So you have been warned.
Not only did gun owners